Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. So today I thought I would share my ultimate pretty girl perfumes. You know, there are those types of fragrances that just smell like a pretty girl, like an absolute little hottie. This is what all of these fragrances smell like. I've got 10 fragrances to share with you. 5 of them are niche, 5 are designer. So we've got a mix of price points in here and I am just gonna get straight into this. I actually did this video over on TikTok, but I only included 3 fragrances. So I thought I would expand and include some more for you guys. So the first one that gives me absolute pretty girl vibes is Burberry Goddess. This is so stunning. It just, honestly, so this is a mix of vanillas. It's got 3 different types of vanillas. It's got a hint of ginger, it's got a hint of cacao, it's got lavender, so it has a freshness to it. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. And honestly, I don't know if I've said this before, I don't think I have, but it gives me, and don't take this the wrong way, but it gives me a slight hint of like a Victoria's Secret type of vibe, but I mean that in the best way possible. You know, that like sexy, sort of slightly fruity, sweet Victoria's Secret perfume sort of vibe. This is like you wore those when you were younger, not that you can't wear them when you're older, but like if you wore those when you were younger and then you grew up, got a great job and you know, you're earning lots of money, now that girl wears this. Do you know what I mean? This is like a grown woman, but she's still playful and I just absolutely love this. It's super sexy while also being quite classy and I love it. Cassiopeia by Tiziana Terenzi is such a gorgeous fragrance. This smells like, and I've mentioned this a million times before, but this just reminds me of when you've been on holiday and you've been on the beach all day, you've just been laying in the sun, you've been in the sea, you come back, you have an everything shower, you put all your lotions and potions on, and then you go out on the balcony, maybe you're eating some snacks, maybe you're having a cocktail, but this is the smell of your hair drying in the sun and like all of your lovely body products. That's what I get from this. It just smells like a gorgeous, clean, beautiful girl. Like, I love it. It's a gorgeous, fruity, sweet, fresh fragrance. It's very musky and it's just quite creamy. I absolutely love this. I remember when I first smelled this, I was just like, I need to buy a bottle of that immediately, and I did. It's insanely good. Carolina Herrera Good Girl Blush. I actually haven't tried the new version of this. I'd be really interested to try that, but this is one that I wear a lot. I absolutely love it in spring and summer. This is a beautiful take on Good Girl. It's quite different, but it has that Good Girl DNA just like underneath everything, but this is much sort of fresher. It's got this sort of really gorgeous light plush floral feel. It's creamy, it's sweet but not overly sweet. It just smells like a pretty girl. I'm gonna say this for all of these, but it really does. Also, I've noticed quite a few of these bottles, and I haven't planned this, but quite a few of them are like a pale pink colour, and I just think that's really interesting. The colour of the bottle definitely depicts the scent. It is very beautiful. Dama Bianca by Casamarati. Again, this is one that I always say when I smell it, just a beautiful girl comes to mind. I always say this reminds me of like a a Sophia Richie vibe. This is another gorgeous vanilla fragrance. Again, it has a freshness to it. It's got kumquat and lime, which adds like a really interesting fruitiness. It's slightly woody in the base. It's powdery. It is so ethereal and angelic smelling. It just smells like a wife. If you want to smell like a wife or a wife in training, I don't know, this is it. Like, this is the ultimate fragrance for that. You can't do a video like this and not include Delina. This is the ultimate pretty girl perfume for me, and whenever I wear it, it just makes me feel very like feminine. It is so feminine. It is the most gorgeous, fresh, plush, rose, peony fragrance. It's got a lychee note, it's got a rhubarb note, so it's got this sort of juiciness in the opening. It's got a slight tart quality, it's musky, and it smells like a gorgeous, sexy woman, but one that hasn't necessarily tried, you know. Also, I love that this works any time of year. I wear this in summer, I wear it in winter. I think it's such an amazing all year round type of fragrance. You can also wear it day or night. It's incredible. Big compliment getter as well. Mancera Roses Vanille. This is Pretty Girl on date night. This is sweet, syrupy roses with vanilla, with sugar. It's very, very sweet, but it never becomes sort of like, I don't know, I love sweet fragrances, but I don't like ones that are nauseatingly sweet, and I don't feel like this is nauseatingly sweet. It has a lemon note in the opening, which just sort of lifts it. It's got a slight woodiness to it as well, and it's got a Middle Eastern sort of vibe. It's just gorgeous. Like, if you imagine a beautiful, pretty girl on a date night, this is what she smells like. It's just incredible. Another absolute ultimate pretty girl fragrance just has to be Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. This is such a gorgeous fragrance. It deserves all the success that it's had, and I just think it's an incredible scent. This really, really takes me back to a place though. Like, this was my signature scent 10, 11 years ago, and whenever I smell it, it reminds me so much of that time in my life. Like, I don't really wear this that much for that reason. When I lived in Dubai, I wore this fragrance all the time, and it's so great. Even now, like, it still smells modern. It's a gorgeous, sweet, sugared, floral fragrance, but again, it has this sort of almost like freshness to it. There's a tea note in here, which I feel is what gives it that slight fresh quality. There's also patchouli in here, but it's not too much. I don't really love a really strong patchouli a lot of the time. This just has a touch, and it just grounds the fragrance, it gives it depth, and it's beautiful. It is so feminine. It smells like the prettiest girl you've ever seen. We all know this fragrance. I feel like a lot of us have had this as our signature scent at some point in our lives, and I don't know, I've got so many memories attached to this scent. It's really weird. It reminds me of me, but like in a completely different time of my life, and I love fragrances for that. But yeah, this is incredible. If this was launched today, I think that it would still get the same amount of success that it's had over the years, because it's just that good. And we had to have a pretty musky scent in here, so I've chosen Musk K by Ella Carr. This is one of my favourite musk fragrances, and whenever I wear it, it just makes me feel very like clean and pretty. This is such a lovely sort of clean, musky fragrance. It's got a powdery iris note in there, which is really, really nice, and it's got this creaminess to it, which is absolutely gorgeous. It smells very feminine. If you like Glossier You, I think that you will also really like this. It has a similar sort of vibe, but I think this is much, much better. It's very sort of chilled, laid back, relaxed, but elegant and classy. At the same time, you could wear this day or night, and it works at any time of year. I don't actually think, have I worn this in summer? I don't think I have, but I've been wearing it since last autumn. So actually, do you know what? I haven't worn it in warm weather. I can't say that, but I'm guessing it would work in warm weather just because of the scent profile. It's quite fresh and light, but it lasts a really long time on my skin. I absolutely adore this. Another absolute obsession of mine recently has been Devotion by D&G. This fragrance is just so delicious without being too gourmand. This is a gorgeous, like, lemony vanilla fragrance, but it's not too lemony, because I don't love citrusy fragrances or fragrances that smell specifically like a fruit a lot of the time, but this just smells like the most beautiful creamy vanilla with lemon, with a sort of sugared quality to it, and it also gives me a marshmallowy vibe. It is absolutely incredible. It reminds me a little bit of Kilian Love Don't Be Shy, so if you like that, try this out, because you might like this as well. It just smells like a lemony dessert with marshmallows on top, but still quite like grown up. I absolutely love this. It is so delicious. Whenever I smell this, I just think of pretty girls. Like, this smells like a pretty girl. Do you know what I mean? It's incredible. And of course, Burberry Hair Elixir. any of the Burberry hairline would work, but this is my favourite from the collection. To me, this just smells like strawberry milkshake, so I do kind of have to be in the mood to wear this fragrance. But yeah, it's this gorgeous sort of, it's got this light sort of floral feel, it's sweet, it's creamy, it's got a sort of berry, like a red berry type of vibe to it, like a strawberry sort of vibe. That's what I'm getting. I absolutely love it, and again, it just smells like a girl who is pretty. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just smells like a girl who always looks immaculate. Like, she really takes care of herself. You can tell that she really takes pleasure in the way she looks, in pampering herself. Like, this is what she smells like. I would love it if you would let me know your ultimate pretty girl fragrances. Would you add any to this list? What do you think of the fragrances that I've included? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up as always if you did, and hopefully I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.